It feels like someone went from not being able to make a decision about you or being like a very tough nut to crack. Like, it was really hard to get through to them. They were kind of sending mixed signals. You didn't really always knew where you stood with them. I think on some level you might have gotten quite fed up with this and like switched up your energy because the contrast here is so interesting. Like, they go from almost making you feel like you're the one pursuing them and they're not pursuing you, and they're just kind of like, I guess, following your lead in a sense, but like not even really showing enough emotion to like make this sustainable or even like make you want to keep investing. And then all of a sudden it's like boom, bang, dang. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Now all of a sudden, like, they're obsessed with you. What is going on? Oh, okay. No, that's too many cards. Yeah. We'll take this one though, because literally it feels like, I don't know, I think they started to feel like the opportunity was slipping away. I think they also started to feel you pulling away in some sense and maybe getting fed up with their shit. And it's kind of like it lit a fire under their ass a little bit. And it's hard though because you're like, the switch up is crazy. The switch up is crazy, yo. You may be wondering if this is like unhealthy, you know, like, is this toxic? But I do think you're dealing with someone who is honestly working through a lot of their own projections, their own fears, their own anxieties, their own past. Like, this is not someone who opens up easily. This is not someone who just lets people in. But they also recognize an opportunity. Let's see what we have under here. I think they also were tired of keeping you in a limbo space. Like, they knew that it wasn't fair to you, that their own, like, mind, their own struggle, their own bullshit, for lack of a better word, was keeping you in limbo and keeping you confused. And I think on some level, like, again, you pulled back, whether that was like, I'm just gonna stop talking with this person, I'm gonna end it, or like you just kind of started to act a little different. Like, they felt it. They're actually very emotionally aware, and I don't think they want to be toxic. I don't think they want to be unhealthy. They don't want to be manipulative. Like, there isn't a bad bone here in this person's body. Like, I really don't get that. Any like confusion that they've inflicted on you already does feel unintentional. It feels like them just kind of being in that liminal space and trying to figure out their feelings before they act. They have acted on their feelings before they've allowed themselves to really process what's happening in the past, and it's gotten them in a bad situation, and it's made people think negative things about them, you know. It's made them think almost that they're like maybe even a narcissist, or like, you know, just like too cold, too stoic, when they're just not that way. I think you're going to get a very different version of this person than like anyone else ever has, honestly. And their integrity is strong here. It's strong. Like, they have a strong moral compass. They're not someone that's trying to like hurt anyone's feelings or be a bad person, you know. And if at one point they were that person, that's a cycle they're actively trying to break. They don't want to bring conflict. They don't want to bring drama. They've seen that happen before. Maybe they've inflicted it before. But yeah, like I said, their energy is really switching up now. And I think it's kind of blindsiding you a little bit. It may feel a little bit like, is this fake? Like, is this... Is the rug going to be swept out from underneath me? But I mean, Four of Wands here, it does feel like you guys could build something real. But I think now your own fears are getting in the way, and you're like, I don't know what to do. But I will say I see genuine potential here. You might just need to meditate on it for a little bit. You might need to take a little space or a little time to just kind of figure out, you know, what the best move is for you. But I mean, it might be one of those situations where you're like, let me just calm down. Let me give this a fair shot.